Okay, gonna be making a video here. This should probably only be a 20-minute video, half-hour video or so. Really, okay, so this is for Dean. Hey, Dean, how you doing, buddy? Hanging in there, I hope. Um, so, Dean, I just wrote to you yesterday. You and I have been commenting in the comment section the last couple of days about everything that I'm showing you, and I explained a little bit about how I'm giving you a little bit at a time, and I'm doing it in the best order that I think I can in order to not frighten anyone or um, uh, it's not only a worry that I have about frightening anyone or scaring anyone away from what it is. It's also once the mirror neuron manipulator kicks in. Again, I don't have time to explain everything to you, but not right now anyway. Throughout the series, later in the series, I will explain more about the mirror neuron manipulator. It's a way of accepting all the human lies, the mirror neuron manipulator, because we all, well, most of us humans, those that are not psychopaths, we possess a mirror neuron. And in order to bypass that mirror neuron, in order for us humans to take more from life than what we need, which taking more from life than what we need is done more often than you would think. It's done in every way possible with every lie. I always bring you the lie of the zero and how big of a deal that is. The circle, the O, the zero. I just watched another dude who's on the Joe Rogan show, and he's talking about how great zeros are. No, and everything else this dude says, and he's a physicist, and everything else he says, almost everything else he says, he's pretty much on point with, except that. And that's one of the biggest parts of it. His whole thing is that there are no lines. There are no lines anywhere. And that's opposite of what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that it's all triangular. And that's why I'm aimed at the trees right now, is because I'm asking Dean to start putting in some effort on all of this. And that's going to do a few things, Dean. When I'm asking you to do these things, I'm asking you to do these things for a specific reason. I'm watching them to see if they're even done. I'll just mention a few since I'm shooting this shit about nothing. Okay, we're gonna start a series. Okay, the first one was, hey, I'm about to start a series. Do you want to be included on the series? That was it. That was our first conversations, right? You commented to me, put a hand out to me. I accepted, and then I put a hand back out to you and said, okay, if this guy is serious and he's a real person and he's not an agent, I'll play along. Let's find out. So I said, do you want to do a series with me? Not really putting any of the burden on you, right? There's no burden on you except to watch, to go look at what it is I'm showing you, right? So then as we got rolling and as I put out a certain amount of videos to the series, starting out as um, Teresa's Seventh Daughter series with Dean Hayes, then I went through a second process of testing. So as I'm showing you the system and as I'm explaining things to you, I'm giving you all these things in order, and I'm asking back from you very small things for you to do so that I can make sure that you are who you say you are, right? You say you're just a guy, just a person. You're not giving me any impression that you're an agent. Matter of fact, the conversation of being an agent has not even come up yet. So, except for now, right now, I'm going to be talking about it a little bit. Okay, so the next thing, as I started this series and I started rolling in, I realized that I was lied to about Teresa's seventh daughter, and Teresa's seventh daughter was not even really with us. She was already in hospice at that time. She was already heavy morphine at that time. within just the first 3 days of me starting the series, I found out later that she was already so. There was no sense in trying to make her a series, and there was going to be no helping her. She was already leaving the bio realm, and she wasn't going to be able to see what I was showing her. So I asked you if you had someone that you would like to call out, someone that you liked, and you gave me Passing by 33. And I believe it was Passing by 33, and I don't even know that you knew his name. I don't know, but Danny Benson, which is the series that we're now doing. So we picked it up from there, right? So once I went and watched Passing by 33 and watched a couple of his videos, one video actually, our 20-minute video, 25-minute video, already had me convinced that this guy, Danny Benson, was somebody that should see what it is I'm showing everyone. I believe that if Danny comes to this, Danny will see what it is I'm showing you guys. He will understand it. I don't know if you did that or not. I did. I went and looked for him. I tracked him down. I found his name. I got his email. And then I put it back onto you. I put it in your hands to reach out and email him, text him, see if you can get a hold of him. And you never responded. Um, so I don't know if you did. You and I have spoken since, but I don't know where you fell on that. You know, I don't know where you because you never told me. You never said, "Hey, I can't get a hold of Danny. I tried emailing him a couple times. He's dropped out." I have found out with very little research because, of course, it's internet and it's all fucking bullshit anyway. But then we found out through one of the other subscribers or somebody that was at least in watching the videos, we found out that Danny, his work could be found on Odyssey. Now, I didn't even know what Odyssey was. I didn't even know, so I found out. Then I found out that, again, weeding out a bunch of lies, that the last time Danny has done any work or has been seen or heard from, it's been about a year and a half. No one's got any updates on him and where he is. We don't even know if he's still alive. We don't know what's going on with it. So therefore, making a series to him in his name is not something that you and I will continue to do if Danny's not even around. This series is supposed to be calling out people. I'm calling out you. I called out my mom. I called out my family. I've called out my friends. I've called out all these rock stars and political figure actors and actresses of all types. I'm calling them out when I'm making my videos because I'm confident that what I'm showing you is the reality of it all. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about, they cannot, I can't stress this enough. They cannot talk about what it is I'm showing you. They're not allowed. None of them are. And if you go look at the comment sections, I don't know if you read all the comment sections, but you'll see what I deal with agents coming in, trying to take the narrative of what it is I'm showing you, the true creator. I'm showing you the false creator / creator. I'm showing you their work. I'm explaining in good time. I'm explaining it all, that we can see it, we can smell it, we can hear it, we're all part of it. We're all one in the true creator's work. It's beyond confidence. I'm able to show it to you. So it's not confidence that I can explain it to you. I'm telling you something even better than explaining it to you. I'm showing it to you so that when you see it for yourself, I keep explaining that if you go look at the true creator's work, then all will be explained. It's not going to be done using human lion-ass tongue. It's not going to be written in a book. Anything in writing over the last 10,000 years has been a lie. If you see it in human print, it's a lie. If you hear it from a human's tongue, including the one you're listening to right now, it's a lie. You cannot take anything the human says, okay? You have to go see it for yourself. Because if you see it and you understand it, now you, Dean, have been telling me that you see it. So now I just threw another something for you to do. I'm trying to drag you back in. So you have questions, but I need you to see it for yourself. And I need to know that you're really seeing it for yourself. I need to know that you're not just seeing the collage. I need to know that you're who you say you are. And this is going to help me do that. All these things would help me do that. Um, if you would have gotten back to me at some point and said, Mike, I'm really busy. Um, I'm spending an hour or two a day going through your videos, plus my job, and I got life going on. I really don't have time to track down Danny Benson. Sorry, or whatever. That's still an answer, right? It tells me that you're not going to participate, but at least your words are coming back at me, and I can deal with that. But I can't use your words because no words came back at me, not in print, not in verbal. So what I'm doing is I'm using the true creator's energy to communicate with you. I'm communicating with you. I'm right there with you. Just same way that I'm right there with the other guy who's in the comment section, who's a paid agent. He's an agent of the state. The other dude that commented on the same videos that you have been commenting on the Miguel Everyone channel, right? I'm with that fucking dude too. The same way that I'm telling you I'm with you, you will all get to understand, anybody that's really interested, you will understand that we all are part of this system as far as the true creator's energy goes. Yes, the false creator slash creator has divided everything and has divided us included in the bio realm, but we still have the option to use the true creator's energy. That's why I'm trying to explain to you guys that 10,000 years or more, as soon as things were going in print, as soon as the lies started rolling off the human tongue, the symbolisms and the human influence, the human concepts, they were not necessary 11,000, 12,000 years ago. They were not necessary. We all knew the true creator's work because it's all around us. It's in the trees that I was just pointed at. It's in the clouds that I'm now pointing at. It's in the rock that I'm about to go point my camera at. We can see it all. We can see the builders. We can see what the builders are building. We can have an appreciation for it, but we gave it up. We, the 7.8 billion zombie slaves that we are today, were much higher in number, many times in the last 12,000 years or more, okay? This is only me telling you that, but by me showing it to you, you will know that the words that I'm saying are accurate. Not a matter of truth, just accurate. You will know it for yourself because the true creator will explain it to you, but he's not going to use words. When we're connecting and I'm connecting with you and you're wondering and saying, yes, I'm sending you messages, Mike, but I don't know if it's going to get through. That's a confidence issue because even though you may be seeing it, and I do believe that you are, I do believe you are, I do not so far believe that you are an agent, at least not an agent of the state. You're an agent of, just like I've been all my life. You're that kind of agent. You're the kind of agent, like my family. They just refuse to fucking wake up, right? They refuse to look, but they're still part of the fuck show. We were part of the fuck show for all of our lives. Um, in my opinion, it's purposeful. In my opinion, it's the mirror neuron manipulator that allows us to lie to ourselves. It allows us to send our children off to war based on lies, right? Um, again, taking more from life than what we need. We make up shit in our heads, we justify it, and that's impossible. You cannot bypass the mirror neuron with anything other than a mirror neuron manipulator because the human brain only holds memory. So if all your memory is false memory, which it is, then you got to start over. So that's why I'm telling you, go look for yourself and forget about everything you ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed. Everything you ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed has been a lie. Your intelligence does not come from your brain. Your intelligence comes from true intelligence, comes from your neurological system. Why? Because the true creator's energy is all around us. It's connected everywhere. So as soon as you realize you are already connected, all of you listening right now are all connected to this system. We are all one in the true creator's work. So therefore, as the energy is entering my body, if I could put my whole body in front of the screen, I would. But right now, I'm just using my fingers as an example. So as this energy is entering me right here now, it's not entering me, it's already in me because the true creators builders do not build according to up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in and out. They do not see any distance. Distance would be separation, would be division. The distance between you right now in the UK and me right now in the United States, where I'm standing wiggling my fucking fingers, there is no distance in the true creator's energy. We are with each other as one. All of us, anyone watching this is the way it works. And we all knew this is the way it worked. We all have known all our lives, but we have denied it based on bullshit that we've been brutally programmed with over thousands of years. I mean, we got grandparents and great grandparents and great ancestors that were all going along with this bullshit. And then now, what bothers me is that now we're about to do it again. And I have to get over that fear, that anxiety, that there's nothing I can do because I'm only one person, right? Because I'm only one person here by myself in the bio realm. When I tap into the true creator's energy, everybody else is out there praying to a God that is not there. They're not even going to accept or acknowledge or look at the true creator. They're not going to do it. They don't do it. And I don't expect it to happen. That's why, Dean, I said to you in my comment yesterday, it's 7.8 billion to 2, because if you really truly are on a real awakening, you cannot expect that it's going to be a great thing. It's not. It just is what it is. You can't expect it to be great. Great would mean that you're already back thinking like you're back in the bio realm, right? And I know you got to go to work every day and you got to have your divisions in life in order to get by because you're so used to it. I get it. But it's a whole different story using the true creator's energy that we all share, that we are all as one in. And when I say all, I mean all. That's why I should have abbreviated all. But I put all again after that sentence because I'm talking about the trees, the rocks, the other creatures that are not even on the list, the other species that are not feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. What about all those other species? What about all those other species that are not on the true creators list, not on the false creator/creators list? What about those other species that also possess a mirror neuron? Very confusing because we've all been lied to so much. So what about the dolphin? The dolphin is not in the imagery that's all around us. The dolphin is not, but yet the dolphin possesses a mirror neuron. The manatees is not in the imagery anywhere. The manatees, right? As a matter of fact, there's no ocean or water creatures that I've ever seen. I've seen shadow imagery of a couple fish, but that's nothing over all the years. And I could not even confirm them because all I had was shadow imagery. Shadow imagery is just a shape. Doesn't have any detail to it. There's no eyes, eyelashes, eyebrows for me to go by. Same thing like body imagery usually is. Body imagery is usually shadow imagery. That's why I'll explain all that later. Right now, feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, faces only. From the veil to the ground, we can see it all. Now, I could be aiming my camera around and digitally collect this EMNC a lot better than I do. I just come out and I throw the camera out because I'm frustrated. I'm aggravated that it's been 8 fucking years of showing this to everyone and still everyone refuses to look. And if they do choose to look, they look at it and come up with bullshit stories like this other asshole is trying to do, this agent. I know he's a fucking agent because he came in talking about cloud art. Are you out of your fucking mind, buddy? You think I'm gonna buy that shit? Whatever his name is, I forget again now what his channel name is. But again, using the true creator's energy, I can tap into those fucking guys all the time. I'll kind of, All right, let me say this, Dean. Let me say a few things of wisdom that will maybe help a little bit. All right, so we know in the bio realm we're told that a picture tells a thousand words, right? Or some people say even more. One picture tells a thousand words. That's way underestimated. Way underestimated. It's millions of words that are told, really, in reality, with a picture. And these pictures that I'm taking, whatever the camera does, I don't know, one picture every 3 seconds makes a video or something like that. It's not even all that fast, really. You see how I'm looking for the lights and shadows when I got the camera in my hand? I'm finding the lights and shadows. I'm working my angles and distances of perspective. I'm doing all these things. All right. All right. So I was going to explain something real quick, just as I'm talking about nothing. And my camera's bouncing because I'm not really looking in the camera either. Because I wanted to digitally collect the EMNC from these trees, bushes, right here. I'm gonna come over here for a minute. Light is shining on these trees. Okay. Um, I'm digitally collecting the EMNC right now. I'm telling you this, Dean, because this is what I'm asking you to do. This is so far I've asked you to check into Danny to see where he's at, and for some reason we're not able to do that. So now it's not a test. It's just me seeing how far you really are. Are you really ready? Am I wasting my time if I try to take you to the next level with all of this? Right? That's what I'm trying to figure out as I'm doing this. And also, part of this is you need to be able to do this for yourself. So when I tell you see it with your own eyes when you're going around, I really need to know, are you really seeing it all with your own eyes, or are you just seeing a bunch of collage? Are you able to crop the images like this with your hand on the timelines? Do you understand the timelines yet? Do you see them and understand them? Have you printed up some moon photographs? I mentioned in another video and did a whole video on it of explaining to you. Now, that was for a reason, because I was expecting over the next several weeks, as I'm working on the series, I'm going to be expecting you to be able to go to that moon photograph and be able to show me something rather than me show you something, right? This way I know that we're all on the same fucking page, and I know that we're all, okay, you know. So that's why I'm doing these things, just to let you know. So everything is with intent. Everything is purposeful. And the time that I roll things out to you. Now, granted, you could get ahead of the curve and you could go back and watch all my old series and already know the answers to the questions that you're asking. Because anybody that I do a series with, that I include, um, that is with me on it. For example, Rick from a Tripping Sponge series, or Patrick from what is it, West Coast Cat 2020. There was others. I think I've had about 5 people so far over the years that have come in saying that they wanted to know what's going on. They want to see it. Can I show it to them? And I love it. I think it's fucking great. But unfortunately, very agenty shit that goes on, where everybody ends up being an agent, okay? Even if they don't know it themselves, even if they're not being paid directly by the agencies, even if they're just part of the fucking scam and they don't even realize it, right? For example, this guy that's been coming in commenting and talking about cloud art. The word cloud art has never been fucking used ever. That's new terminology that prick's masters told him to bring into the comment section, so that anybody coming to my videos will see that word, see that term, cloud art. What a fucking bunch! What a joke, man! And then they're going to see the word cloud art, and their mirror neuron manipulator will kick in, and it will allow them to take more from life than what they need, and they'll turn away and they'll unsubscribe from the channel, and they will stop looking, right? Because they're just going to say, oh, cloud art, oh, that's what this guy's doing, cloud art, I'm not interested in that, you know. Right? It's just to add to all the other things that they use. Like, for example, if I'm at the cloud level, right, and I'm doing these cloud videos, That's why I don't talk about chemtrails no more. I don't talk about fucking chemtrails any more than what I have to, any more than when I have to break the deceit. So I'll say, look, I'm not fucking buying it. You want to call them clouds? Go ahead, call them clouds. They're not fucking clouds. It's all controlled. There's no such thing as fucking Mother Nature, and all that shit. The God we were told about in the Bibles is not a reality. This all been a bunch of bullshit. So that much of it I will talk about, but I'm not going to make my whole fucking channel about chemtrails. No fucking way. The zombie slaves, well, nah. They don't go, they won't look for themselves at nothing. Nothing. That's where I get the confidence to say shit like that, because 8 years of showing them what I'm showing them now, the true creator. But Christ, man, fucking 30 something years of showing them the chemtrails, and they don't fucking look. They won't wake up. It's all right above their head. They could see it all they wanted every fucking day, but they deny it. They deny it. It's the human concept. It's really bad. So waking up to the reality is not going to be fun, Dean. So as we go forward, understand that you're not going to be greatly enlightened and to feel better about it all. Yes, you'll feel better that you know truth and you know reality, and you'll realize that there's really nothing to be afraid of about it. It's not ghosts, it's not spirits, it's not none of that bullshit, right? And the reason why I'm trying to introduce you to the builders, right? Okay, the builders, using this tree as an example, you can see the builders work. You can watch them work, but it's so fucking slow. If the wind was blowing, if electromagnetic current was coming through, because you do understand that that's what wind is, an effect of electromagnetic current. Okay. So if the wind was coming through and blowing these trees around, you get to watch the builders work in a time that our brains will accept. Right now, they're just sitting there. It's like a picture. So take advantage of it while it's a picture. And then when it's windy and stormy and branches are falling down and all this, and then when you realize and you say, I see. So the builders are building everything in this realm all at once, and then we can see them. We can see the triangular builders all around in here, from the inside out, from the outside in. There is no up, down, up, upside down. Okay. There is no up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in or out in the true creator's work. And we can see that, right? So that when you go to do your video that I'm asking you to do, I'm asking Dean to do a 1 hour video mimicking what I'm doing right here in this video. Don't have to talk. You don't have to put a filter on. I got a red filter and a yellow filter on here right now because I was planning on hitting the trees up a little bit. But you don't need to. You don't need to do that, okay? You just, because I will do it on my end. I want to remaster your video so that I can show you and go image by image, and I can go image by image with my cropping tools behind the computer, nice and convenient for me, no stress for me, easy to do, nothing scary about it. And I can show you, I can draw out of the trees that are in your yard or the trees that are nearby to you, okay? And that's the whole point of doing this. I want to be able to show you that it's your clouds, your trees, your rocks. So I'm going to walk up to a boulder, a random boulder. I've got several of them in my yard, right? So I'm going to walk up to it. I want you to do the same exact thing. I want you to get up to the boulder close enough to where you're already seeing the images, okay? Now you don't have to crop. You don't have to do this part of it. All I need you to do is aim the fucking camera just like that. See how I got light bouncing around and shadows bouncing around in here? There are zillions of images, no, maybe billions, maybe in a billions to maybe trillions of images right in here, and I can draw all of them out for your eyes. I can grab them all. So you can take your camera, you can come around, just find, I would say do it this way. Find one image that you liked. I'll grab all of this around here. You just center your camera, and if you have a camera phone like mine, which is a cheap piece of shit $30 camera, there's a little square or a little circle in your camera, and whenever you center on a face, the fucking camera does the work for you. So even if you don't see it, or if you see a different face, like maybe you're seeing this one, right? And then I'll also mention in this video the all-seeing eye, the all-seeing eye. I just mentioned it in the um in another video I was doing in the clouds one day when the Freemasons were pissing me off the other day. The all-seeing eye is a bunch of bullshit too. They're so fucking full of shit. The all-seeing eyes are all around us. The all-seeing eyes are the same energy that I'm telling you about. The true creator's energy that we all share. That's the real true all-seeing eye. There's nothing to be afraid of about the all-seeing eye. You know, the all-seeing eye that do need to be afraid of is the fake one, the fake ass human concept of the all-seeing eye. We know what that concept is, right? We know it started out with written words. Written words were the all-seeing eye because you would subscribe to newspapers and pamphlets and whatever. Maybe you could even say tattoos. And you could all show the propaganda very easy to all the other zombies. Because that's what they are, zombies. That's what we are. And you may not like to hear that, but that's what we are. I'm going to zoom in a little bit while I'm talking. The fuck is that? Battery's running low. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Battery's running low. Okay, so that's all I'm asking you for, Dean. Run your camera slowly around some trees. You can put it flat on the ground for a little while. See what you can draw out with your own eyes. Like, go try to find one image that you like and then move the camera to another one that you like. If the camera's helping you out and putting a square on there, go for it. These are trees right here that we're looking at, even though the imagery is going to be the same as in the clouds and in the rock and in everywhere else, right? Because that's just the way it is. I just want to say before I leave, okay, so the other day I took down this tree that got hit by lightning, right? So there's a funny story and all that too, is because um, the lightning was chasing me for like 2 days, right? And this is not conspiracy shit or anything like that. In my 8 years, I've always known that I felt, anyways, that I was always safe from lightning. I used to get crazy about it, and I'd be out here with a camera in my hand in a lightning storm and thinking to myself, no, fuck them. It ain't gonna fucking get me and all this kind of. But this last couple of weeks when we had that lightning storm, they were coming really close to me. They kept getting really close to me wherever I was with my camera. All of a sudden, fucking lightning strike, and then I went to the store, and all of a sudden, I get out of the car, I put my camera up, boom, a lightning strike right next to me. So there was all these lightning strikes happening, right? But it got me to thinking about a picture. One picture says 1,000 words, right, and that kind of thing. And while I was taking down this tree and getting rid of the branches and shit like that, cutting them up, I put them over here. But it's just funny because I was thinking about this, and it kind of relates to what I'm trying to show you, Dean, um, about one picture telling 1,000 words. So anyways, I took down the shit, and on the other side is the neighbor's yard, right? And I had to clean up all the neighbor's stuff. It was kind of my tree. It was kind of on the property line, but I just assumed it to be mine. And I never spoke to the neighbors, right? Never spoke to them about anything. But a picture was told, a story was told with pictures that I left. And I realized, I guess I always knew this. We all know that it works this way, but we don't give it much thought, right? So, anyways, one day I got the ladder on my side. I'm letting the neighbors know without even speaking with them with words. I'm letting them know that I'm working on this tree. I'm going to get rid of all these branches that were hanging over on both sides. They're probably guessing a little bit the first day, right? Because the ladder was only on my side. Then by the second day, the ladder goes up on the other side. And now I'm slowly taking down branches and I'm cleaning it up, and shit's falling all over on both sides of the property line, right? So now there's a conversation that's taking place, but it's not really happening other than me leaving things out for them to know what I'm doing. I never spoke to them with words. So the ladder being up tells them, oh, Mike's taking care of that fucking tree, I guess. So good, we don't have to worry about it, because really all the shit's falling down on their side, right? I did not get permission from them verbally to go on their property to clean up all this mess or do that. Now, that was told to me through the energy that I'm talking about, because I'm setting it up and I'm waiting for the messages to come back, right? So if I would have saw them, for example, let's say the one night that I left the ladder up on their side, and they came up and raked up all the debris, and they started cutting down the tree. Now, without any conversation, I'm going to know that they're now upset and don't want me on their property, right? But they didn't do that. They let the ladder stay. They said, okay, he's cleaning up and all this, right? I left the wheelbarrow and the rake right in the middle of the property line so that they knew, oh, good, Mike's taking down the tree, and not only is he removing the branches every day, but he's also cleaning up and raking up our entire lawn all around there, because they're way neater of people than I am. I would never even rake my own fucking yard as good as I rake their yard. So I left the rake and the shovel and the wheelbarrow right here on the property line, so that when they came out, that picture told them 1,000 words. I did not have to have that conversation, because they don't even realize that this conversation is taking place when things like this happen. We just do it. So no human words have to be told. They walk out, and he says to himself, either good or bad, right? He says, oh, good, Mike's got the wheelbarrow there, the rake's there, the shovel's there. That means he must be intending on coming back and cleaning all this shit that he left here yesterday, because he still left a lot of shit on both sides. But at least he raked it to one side, and I can see that he's taking care of it. And because he left his tools there, his ladder's gone now on day three. Day three, the ladder's gone. All the branches are all down. All the branches, he took the branches and he moved them around to this side. So now, is he going to clean up all this fucking mess on the other side? Well, let's see, right? They probably still couldn't be sure, but when they saw the wheelbarrow, the rake, and the shovel that I left outside, they said to themselves, and had a complete many hours of conversation without even thinking about it. And those many hours of conversation happened in 1 millisecond. 1 millisecond. This is what I mean about time does not exist in the true creator's energy. Time is all one in the true creator's energy. Because when we use that energy to communicate with each other, even over a simple thing like this, right? Because that's what me and the neighbors did. We had complete conversations over this whole thing, hours and hours of conversation. They knew everything I was thinking. I knew everything they were thinking, just with pictures. They seen the wheelbarrow. They seen the rake. They seen the ladder. This is a visual thing. This is not being, I didn't write them a fucking letter. I didn't write them a note and leave it on the door. Hey, I'm cutting down the tree. Don't worry, I'll clean up the yard when I'm done. No, we had hours and hours of conversation without ever speaking a fucking human lion ass tongue word, right? Now this could have went many other ways. This conversation, if I would have seen them out there pissing and moaning, if I well, that would be words, but I'm just saying, if I saw that, okay, let's say they didn't use words, let's say they all came out and they were all angry, one after another comes out, gives me a dirty look, see me working in the yard, and they give me a dirty look or something like that, get in their car and leave, maybe mumble something I don't even hear, just go ugh and grunt or whatever. Okay, I don't need a whole fucking, that tells me hours and hours worth of words that I really don't need your useless lies. Just, you know, I know the truth. So there's no need for me to guess and say, oh, gee, I wonder if they're mad because the tree fell on their side and they didn't want me on their property. No, there would be no guessing. But of course, we as humans, we would be guessing. I'd go over there and write them a letter and bring up some cupcakes and say, oh, I'm sorry I came on your property. I didn't realize you'd get mad, and use all of our fake ass, lion ass fucking words, right? Or it could go another way. I could be a dick of a neighbor and I can go over there and say, fuck you, buddy. It's my fucking tree. I wanted the wood or whatever, right? These are all human words in human context, but they're unnecessary. We all are communicating using the true creator's energy. Granted, I'm talking now about using pictures. The same way I'm giving you pictures of the tree, I'm giving you photographs of the tree and telling you that the trees in your yard are the same as the fucking trees in my yard. Don't worry about it. The picture will be the same. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over from the veil to the ground. It is this way. So you can go digitally collect from some of your trees. You can digitally collect from your clouds over your head, right? And you're gonna do it. You're gonna be able. Now look how blurry it is because I'm all zoomed in and everything like that. And plus, I got doubled up filters, and I probably did not even clean my filters today either. But and anyway, let me see. Before the video ends, I just want to do this. So I'm aiming my camera now at the clouds, digitally click. I'd be better off without the filters. That's why I'm telling you, Dean, don't even worry about the filters. And also, you're going to be looking up at the sky with a camera in your hand. So just aim. You don't want to hurt your eyes. So you want to do is you want to either get in a shady area to do that when you're doing that, or a day like today when there is no fucking sun out, right? It's so thick right now that look at the sun because it's so thick. That's why that lying motherfucking agent that was on there commenting and making a bullshit story. You'll hurt your camera if you aiming at the sun. No, this shit. The fucking sun is filled by fucking chemtrails all over the fucking sky that filled the sky with a white powdery haze that has no chance of getting. Wait a minute. 30% less sun to the earth, and they tell you that. They admit it. United Nations, European Union, they run all that shit through HARP and through the chemtrail fucking association, right? The Freemasons, whoever wants to take credit for it this week. Now those are the fucking scumbags. Unbelievable. Okay, so again, down at the rock again. I'll go to a different side of the rock this time. Okay. So you're going to go around and you're going to look for your lights and shadows. Once you find your lights and shadows, bring it in. Now you don't have to worry about none of the shit that I worry about. I always worry about, see how the rock stops here? I want to make sure that I'm in deep enough that none of that grass is showing. Why? Because it confuses the eye. There's enough collage going on in the True Creator's work. So when I see the same imagery over here in the grass, which it is, there you go. If you want to do the grass too, that's fine. Do it. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Anything that has human influence, I'm not interested in. I will not even consider it. This grass has been recently mowed. You can see it's walked on from me. I won't accept this. It's been walked on. But if you go give me grass that has not been walked on, if you give me landscapes and lawns, and the reason is because I'm not wasting my fucking time. I've already wasted 8 years fucking around, dilly dallying with people that have only lied to me. Okay. So I'm not saying that you're a liar, Dean. I'm just saying that I don't know yet. I don't fully know because I've trusted many times before and I always get fucked. So by doing this, not only am I going to be teaching you and you'll be learning from it. Look at this shit. Not only will you be learning from it, but fucking unbelievable, but I'll be getting something out of it as well. I'll be gaining confidence, even though I'm explaining to you that I'm talking to you through the True Creator's energy. So I know when you're lying to me or not. I'm still looking for these pictures rather than you telling me, "Hey, Mike, I see this, I see that." The same thing I'm explaining to you about the neighbors, the same thing I'm telling you about the neighbors. We all know what each other are thinking from the pictures, right? So I'm asking you to take some pictures in the form of videos and do this for me so that we can have a conversation using the True Creator's energy, just like I've been telling you we have been doing. Um, and you're gonna realize, Dean, and I explained a little bit in the comment section, is that you've always had this. We've always been connected. It's been this way all of our lives. So it's not going to be a matter of being excited when you come to terms with it all. You're going to be more disappointed in all of us for never. It's been thousands of years. For the last couple thousand years, nobody is going to step up. And even now, today, after thousands of years of this fucking lying ass bullshit, and I'm talking everything, outer space, the fucking science, the math, the religions, all a lie. The school, the education, the parenting, the everything's been a fucking lie. Marriage and weddings and all the holidays and all the, oh my god, the politics, all a lie. So you can't expect to be happy when you realize that, oh shit, we all knew it was a lie. All of us, 7.8 billion of us, we all know that we're living a lie. We do it every fucking day. And if you try to take those lies away by showing them the truth, by looking at reality, the zombie slaves will turn on us really fucking quick. You'll see that. It's just the way it is. So you can't get upset about it because it won't do you any good. there's no sense in really getting excited about it, because if there's only 1 or 2 people out of 7.8 billion that are even willing to look, and you cannot count on the animals and the feline, canine, rodent, ape, and beast. You can't count on them to have an appreciation for any of this, because they don't have human concept. Even though they're in the system with us, even though they're part of the true creator's work, they don't live according to human rules other than slavery, because they're all enslaved with us, because we are humans. We have human intelligence, I guess we'll call it, and we fuck everything up. They have no choice but to go along with our ridiculous shit. Because if they don't, we kill them. Even if they do go along with it, we kill them. We take them out. You don't think the dogs and the cats and the rodents are running around saying, "What the fuck are these humans doing?" Not with the kind of thought or the human tongue. They're not having a human conversation. They're using the true creator's energy to communicate with each other. I guess I'll try to end with that, Dean. When we're talking about communicating with each other using the true creator's energy, think about the communications you'll have with the animal in the woods. Think about the communication you'll have with the squirrel. Now, I know it's not every day that we get down on our, because we're so busy with life, right? We got work and school and so many busy things going on, trying to get laid and trying to get money and all these things. So no one really has time to go outside and conversate with a squirrel, right? They don't really have time to go outside. And if they did, their neighbors and stuff would call the fucking cops on them and have them arrested. And their own family members would have them taken away and say, "He's outside staring at the fucking squirrels, the nut job. He's crazy. He's crazy," right? You know what I mean? But the truth is you can communicate with all of these other creatures of the earth, because they do use the true creator's energy to communicate with each other. That's how we know when danger is around the corner. That's they're not granted. Uh-oh, battery's dead. Battery's dead. All right, I'll do more later, okay? Let's just do this tree before I go, this bush. Again, this is all you got to do, Dean. Just digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the areas around you, and let's go on to the next. And then if you do this, I'm ready. I'll move faster. I will show you more things faster. But right now, I just been warming you up. That's why I'm telling you. Look at the triangular builders all around us. You'll see them. You can't miss them. They're all around us. But you have so many other people that are out there in the bio realm lying to you. The guy I just heard, the physicist I just listened to. "Oh, it's all circular." Oh, I remember what it is. It's the flower of life. This was found on a fucking stone from 5,000 to 10,000 years ago. Fuck you. Anything written by a human was a lie. Anything written was a lie. All right. So why do I say that with confidence? Because if we wanted to know reality, we would just look for ourselves all around us. We don't need to look for a tablet. I'm going to go up to a rock like this. I see all of it. I see the true creator's work everywhere. And I'm going to look around and bypass all that, because that's what these fucking idiots are doing. They're up in the mountains telling us bullshit stories. I mean, the imagery is fucking banging. Any rock, any rock. You show me the rock. You fucking post it on your channel, and I will digitally collect the EMNC for you. I will remaster it for you. But if we go to the fucking rock, and all of a sudden, I should do it with this rock just to prove a point, and all of a sudden I chisel in, "God was here, Jesus ran this rock," right? Or whatever. It's a human influence. It's got a human fucking language written in it. Fuck it. It's a lie. They lied. You lie about every fucking thing, and I mean everybody. Look at this shit. Look at that shit. I'm gonna go change filters. I'll try to upload this video. I don't know what the fuck's going on. YouTube day to day, everything's got something new for me every day on YouTube. Got like 20 videos a week that don't even get uploaded. They have to be deleted because I can't get the uploads to upload fast enough. I cut my video time back to half hour, 45 minutes, trying to stick to that. Otherwise, it takes 2 to 3 days to upload. It's all fucking ridiculous, man. And I gotta play along with all the fucking bullshit. And then I got that fucking lion ass fucking agent coming in on one channel, and then I got his buddies coming in on another channel, pretending to be interested in what I'm actually doing and what I'm showing. So you got to watch both sides. Some are going to come at you with anger. Some are going to come after you with love, right? And there are going to be agents on both sides. So that's why I have to be careful not to be distracted. I have to be careful not to buy into anybody's bullshit stories. No offense, Dean. You know, so far I'm with you. Maybe this will be a love story in the end, and I'm with you. But I need you to show me that you're a real person. I need to know that you're real. Okay. Um, I'm getting the sense of it when I use the True Creator's energy to communicate with you. But the thing is, coming back is I get doubt from you that you are fully on board. In other words, you keep doubting yourself. There's no way this could be happening. There's no way it could possibly work this way. That kind of shit is the energy that I pick up when I'm reaching out to you. Now, this reaching out to you, there's so much to explain about using the True Creator's energy. There's a lot that I could explain that'll help you, because really you're going to hear it from everyone once you're using the energy. You have to know how to shut things down, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think that was helpful to me, to know how to shut down all the energies that were out there praying to a false god. They were easy to shut down. That was one of the first ones I learned to shut down, because when you're going into the energy to use it the way that I did, is I went down a center path. I went down a center path. That's the path of consciousness. I didn't realize it on the right, because it looked like all X's, but what it ended up being on the right side, there was another road with all X's, which turned out later I learned and realized were actually more like waves. So X X X X X X X X X X. You pile up all the X's, and it looks like um, waves, sound waves, radio waves, energy waves. Okay, and then on the left side were all these voices. The left side were all the voices, all languages I could not understand, I could not speak. Some of them I could, but I realized that they were all praying. They were all praying to a God, and it was falling on nothing, because there's no God there. The God they were told of doesn't work that way. Even though they were there in the energy, they were ready to get onto the conscious path and take the conscious path. Now, when I got onto the center path, now I know so much more now. I don't even use the path anymore. I go right there. I realized that the True Creator's energy is all one. I didn't have to take the path down to 10,000 years in order to get to 10,000 years. I don't have to take that conscious path. I realize that as soon as I go in, I can jump right into the True Creator's energy, and I could be at 12,000 is usually the farthest I go back, is 12,000. So far, I'm still learning too, right? Um, I know I can go back as far as I want. I know I can. And maybe I have accidentally, actually, on a couple occasions, I have gone back further. But this is all useless, moot points to talk about with people who still believe in the religious cultures and the human concepts. You know what I mean? It'll sound crazy to anybody that's listening. So therefore, it's not really good for me to even be talking about these things. And that's another thing. One thing I learned in the last year, especially the last couple months, the less I talk, as far as people coming to the channel and subscribing to the channel, the better, right? The less I say about anything. But the problem there becomes, they all want to, it's a matrix. Oh, it's God. Oh, it's a hologram. We're living in a hologram. Oh, that's what Einstein told us. Oh, this is right, all lies that we were brought up on, human concept, bullshit stories. So therefore, for me to have to deal with listening to that shit, no, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. I don't have to. And neither do you. Nobody does. We don't have to put up with that shit anymore. All the Trump bullshit going on and the politics and everything. Oh, how stupid it all is. So I cannot waste my time. I mean, we're out of time, man. We're like way the fuck out of time. So if this doesn't get out there, what I'm showing you does not really get out there in the way that it's supposed to, then we're fucked, man. We're looking at another 2,000 to 10,000 years of this shit. And the people that I have to argue with are not the Freemasons. They're not the politicians. They're not the Bible thumpers. They're not any of those people in general. They are the human population, 7.8 billion. There is no one race or one nationality. Although I do mention once in a while in my videos, I do mention that there is something that I did notice is that the last time that this Earth, the whole 7.8 plus billion, the last time all the humans were living properly and we were actually had an appreciation for the true creator, black humans were in charge of the Earth. Black humans were in charge of the Earth at that time, and they have not been in charge ever again since. We've had brown, we've had yellow, we've had white, we've had all different browns for that matter. But the black man has never been in charge in more than 12,000 years. I say more than 10, but it's probably around 11, 12,000 years. So that's got to tell us something. And I don't know for sure if I'm missing something because I've never gone further back than that 12,000 year point. But when I do go back to that 12,000 year point, everybody knew what I'm showing you. We all knew. It was all around us. You didn't need a tablet with human words to lie to you on. You didn't need a human tongue to come and tell you some bullshit story, because as soon as they did, you would just point to the clouds and you would say, what the fuck you talking about, douchebag? I'm not throwing my children in a fucking volcano for your stupid shit. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, you gotta do it, man. Fucking King says so. Bullshit, man. And the last time we had any kind of true reality and knowing of reality was 12,000 years ago. Black humans were in charge. Not claiming that putting a black human in charge of the earth today, but I do know that we're now leaving whites in charge and we're going back to yellow. We've already had yellow. We've had yellow and tan and brown and all the different colors, all the different nationalities have all been in charge of the earth. They've all had their turn over the last 10,000 years. But it's all been based on lies for all of those. So what happened at 12 to 11,000 years ago that changed it all? Where did the lies all begin? And why did we never get it back in 10,000 years? Why did we never get it back? Why is it today that here I am showing it all to everybody, and 8 years of showing it to everyone, I still only have an average of 20 subscribers. My best viewed videos are on average about 40 to 50 views. Over the last few weeks, it's gone up to maybe 40, 50 views, something like that on the average video. When you have people that are out there that just show their titties and they get millions of views, they come out and pretend that they got their ear shot off. Oh, I thought you shot my ear off. What are you talking about, man? Oh yeah, he got shot. No, he did not. I mean, you guys buy every fucking hoax that's ever given to you. I mean, this is so ridiculous. Um, the whole Trump thing is because they're taking away your gun rights. They're taking away your Second Amendment. More lies. Lies that they gave you a constitution and gave you a right to have them. The NRA is supposed to be your friend, but yet the NRA is set up in the first place. The whole reason for an NRA is to take away your gun rights. Shall not be infringed was in the Constitution. It was bad enough the Constitution was something that was drawn to take away your human rights. Your human rights to be able to look and see reality for yourself has been taken away. That was done with your Constitution, not just the United States, but every country. They all have their own fucking version of their bullshit. And it just so happens that in the United States, that's the way they play it. But for us, the 7.8 billion zombie slaves, to go along with it and pretend that I didn't know. Bullshit, man. Stop letting ourselves off the hook with it all. We all know that what it is I'm showing you is true and real. But yeah, we're all going to keep denying it. We're all going to keep playing fucking games. People are going to keep coming into the channel. My channel is run by YouTube. YouTube is run by Google. The whole fucking thing is a circle jerk, man. So I'll do my best to get around it. I'll do my best to show you, Dean. We'll find out going forward more and more about your person and see who you are and all that kind of shit. But again, you don't have to use your words to tell me. Your words are not going to really do me any good, really, anyways. So I need to see, I need to feel, I need to hear it, smell it, all of it. And I will. You don't have to come visit. You don't have to come all the way over here. We don't have to be working together side by side because we're already as one. We don't. It's better than side by side. Side by side means two of something, duality, and all that shit. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm interested in the one, and then we'll go from there. All right. Love you, buddy. I'll see you soon.